Hi, I'm Shalane.
And I'm Dean.
And we are Grassroots Living. Today we're going to take you to the Little Brown Church. So you may have heard of the song called Church in the Wildwood, and it talks about the Little Brown Church in the Vale. So when we were headed up north toward Canada on our vacation, we were super excited to go see the Little Brown Church because Church in the Wildwood has always been one of my very favorite songs. And is a really cool story. Do you know the story?
I don't. Tell me. Tell us.
Okay. So, I hope I tell it right. You can look it up. Hey, I could do one of those things where I'll put a link right up here to their website. And if I can't figure out how to put the link, I'll just look like a silly lady going like this. Besides the fact that I never know if it's over there or over here, and I don't know how to do it, but we'll figure it out. So here's the story. This guy, wait, what's his name? Oh, William S. Pitts. He is the writer of the song. And he lived up north, I think Wisconsin, but don't quote me. And he was going down to Iowa to see his girlfriend or fiance or something. And as he was like in between like stagecoaches or something, he saw like in this field, like in this grove or woods or whatever, he just had like envisioned or whatever this little brown church, and he just thought that that would be a really sweet place for a church. And so when he got back home, he wrote the poem called Church in the Wildwood. There wasn't a church there. There was no plans for a church there. But, you know, he's a romantic, and he decided to write this song, Church in the Wildwood. So he did that. Then he and his girlfriend got married, and then about 5 years later, they went back to her home in Iowa, that area, to take care of her aging parents. And lo and behold, right where he had kind of pictured that little church, there was a church there. And it was a brown church. And the reason it was a brown church is because the land had very kindly been donated, and the supplies had been donated, and then they were needing really inexpensive paint. And they found this brown paint, which they were kind of bummed about, because, you know, a church, you kind of think of, churches are usually white or whatever, and they probably wanted a little white church in the Wildwood. But they used this brown paint. And so the cool thing is that he wrote this, well, he put it to music at that time, right? Mm-hmm. I think he put it to music, but I could be wrong. Somebody else might have done the music, or I should have looked it up. But then he taught it to his music students. He is a music teacher, and they sang it at the dedication. But I interrupted myself. What was I saying before?
I don't know. You're doing such a good job of saying whatever it was you were saying. So.
Okay, so, no, but the point is that he wrote a song for a church that wasn't even there, and the congregation painted it brown, never even hearing about the little brown church in the Wildwood. So that's the really sweet story of that. And I think one reason people like that song is so much is because, not because we didn't all grow up going to a little brown church, you know, in the woods. But when we hear that song, or for those of you that do know that song and love it as close to your heart like mine, I think you kind of just picture, or you just feel the church that you did grow up in, right? So I don't think about, oh, that's so cool that I went to the little brown church in the Wildwood, but I think about my own growing up in church and have that connection through that song. So come with us to the Church in the Wildwood, and then we're going to
Niagara Cave, near Harmony, Minnesota.
Yep. And the next video will be Wisconsin or something.
I think so.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
It was very good. Anyway, this is the Little Brown Church in the Wildwood. Church in the Wildwood. Enjoy. let's tell you about
Niagara Cave near Harmony, Minnesota.
This is all you, baby.
All right, so we decided we're going to go ahead and tour this cave. I think we just saw it online, and we just thought that would be kind of an interesting thing. It gets its name from Niagara Falls, because inside this cave there's a little stream, I guess, that goes to the middle of it, and that's what essentially forms the cave. It kind of cuts it all through, cuts the water cuts all the way through it. And anyhow, there's a part where there's a waterfall that's, I'm going to say, 10 to 15, maybe 20 feet high. But since
our research before this video is so intense.
But anyhow, as we were going through there, because we're in a cave, the sound of that water rushing across and down this fall just sounds like you're just right there at Niagara Falls. And so I believe that's why they named the cave Niagara Cave.
We don't know. We're making stuff up.
No. That's what they said on the tour.
Did they say that?
Yeah,
okay.
They said that on the tour. So
I missed it. I don't pay attention very well.
So anyhow, that's where they got the name of it from. Interesting place. It's got some places where it could hit a 6-foot-tall person's head if they're not careful. It closes in a little bit, so if you're claustrophobic, you might want to reconsider it. But it does take you all the way back into the...
Yeah, I enjoy cave tours. That's common though, right? So that you might, like a lot of caves, you might hit your head. I enjoy them for the most part because it seems like we usually go in the summertime. A lot of people do. It's like 1,000 degrees outside, and you can go into the cave, and it's always... Yeah,
like 58 or...
Super cool.
Yeah, 52 or whatever it is.
Very nice. Very nice. Lovely, actually. I will tell you, the cave itself is alright. It was okay. But what I appreciated... what I appreciated is that they know they're out in the middle of nowhere. It's not right on the interstate, so you have to get to it. And I appreciate that the fact that I feel like they know that, and they have created a really nice picnic area.
Little park area, yeah.
They've got a park. They've got a little putt-putt, like a little 9-hole putt-putt. They've even got, what do you call that? Like when you pan, like you buy like a little bag of gravel and you pan for gold. And they have a sweet little gift shop, and who doesn't love shopping? But listen, seriously, I live in a camper. I really cannot do all that much damage no matter where I try to shop. But it was a sweet little gift shop, and our tour guide was super adorable. So, Niagara Cave. Lift or something. Okay. If you enjoyed this video, and we hope that you did, and they're only going to get better because we're going to some awesome places, please like and subscribe, and especially ring the bell so that you know we're still so completely inconsistent. So ring the bell so that you know when our videos come out, and you won't miss any. And I put my little grandsons up to the whole like and subscribe thing, so I might put them on here. And please feel free to make comments about how perfectly adorable my grandsons are. Our grandsons are. This This is Grassroots Living, reminding you to get down to the grassroots of what makes you happy and live your love.
And as always, we're thinking of you, and we'll see you next time.
Peace out.
If you like the video, do a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe.
There's a church in the valley by the wildwood, no lovelier spot in the dale. No place is so dear to my childhood as the little brown church in